So today's message is not a teaching moment. It's more of a feel-good message, and I just wanted to share it with you. I actually stayed in my gi top. I came from an event at my karate studio, and it was such a cool event, and I just wanted to stay in my gi top and share this with you, even though it's a little bit corny, right? But I wanted to do that because it was one of those moments that was really powerful, and it got me thinking about something pretty amazing. I've got a visitor. My master, Bob White, was actually, today was his ceremony to get his 10th degree black belt, and it was amazing. There were people there from all over the place. We had like dozens of people come in from Ireland. There were people there from South America, from all over the country, from multiple countries. It was incredible. It was humbling, is what it was. And I know there's no crying in karate, but it was one of those moments where it sort of took my breath away, and I was trying to figure out what is it that was like so emotional for me in that moment. And if you know this person, he is an amazing human being. So he has done so much for so many. Every year he spends most of the year raising money for Royal Family Kids Camp. And he sends all these kids who have been abused to camp to try to really change their lives. And I mean, he's raised over $1 million, he and his wife together, Barbara White. And so they run this amazing school. They have very high level people who are, you know, tournament fighters who have been world champions that train there. And I've never really felt worthy to train with him. And to, like, you know, it's one of those high level places where people train. And so, but knowing him, he's just this great human being. And last year we thought we were going to lose him possibly. He went through a really tough battle with cancer. It was really hard to watch this really powerful, strong man be so sick, but true to his nature, he's a warrior, he's strong, he fought, he came back. And so today was really just such a great moment on so many levels to see him being honored with the 10th degree black belt. He's the first one in our system to get that, and it was this incredible moment with all these people standing around. And I'm one of his newer black belts, so I'm a first degree. So the room was just stuffed with, like, you know, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th degree black belts from all over the place. And I felt sort of out of place. So, you know, I didn't have a dry eye for sure. I was very emotional about it. And it got me thinking about a few things, and I love this quote: "There's nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self." And that's Mr. White. So it occurred to me, I'm like, how special is it that I get to train with this person who is so special? Why does he take the time out of his schedule when he's got all these people that want to train with him? Why does he train with me? I'm not going to compete. Like, I'm not, you know, one of these 21-year-old kids who's going to go, like, bring him a world championship. Like, that's not me. But he knows I'm passionate about what I do. I'm very passionate, but I'm just not at that level. So I've always felt a little out of place there, and wondered, like, it just occurred to me, I'm so honored that he would take time out of his schedule for me. And so he's got a new book coming out, and what's so fascinating to me was the story of his life. I was so shocked because I only know him as being this incredible human being who does so much for so many. But apparently there was another side, right? Like so many of us who have overcome, and we do, you know, we're at a place now where we're so happy to be. There's another side to his life. And apparently it wasn't quite that, you know, well, let's just say it was colorful. Let's put it that way. So he was on the fighting circuit, like he fought with Chuck Norris, and he did all these things, and things were a little wilder back then. I'll leave it at that. But he was not the man that he is now. And now he and his wife do all these amazing things. But to hear those stories about him was shocking to me, because, not because I, like, am judging him for it, it's just that it's so far from where he's at today. And that's really what struck me. He's, you know, this moment, all these things came to me. I'm like, wow, I feel so humbled that this man takes the time out of his schedule to train me and now my daughter. And also, here he is, like, he's got people coming from all over the world to really honor him. And if you know his life, he's come so far. He's done so much for so many, but that's not where he started. And so that really, it really reminds me of a lot of the people that I work with, right? So I mentor people in my own world definitely not, and I'm not there in the karate world, but in my own world. And I know so many people that I work with don't feel worthy. Just like I didn't feel worthy to be there today. And so it sort of hit me. A lot of people who are tremendously successful that I know are there because of their struggles. Because of them. Not because they didn't have struggles, not because they were born with a silver spoon, not because they just achieved it with no struggle. They're there because of their struggles, because they understand. And many of them mentor people as a way to help, to give back. So when you start feeling like you're not worthy, because I know so many of you feel that way, you write to me, you tell me, and I see you in our clinics. When you start feeling like you're not worthy, I want you to just step back for a minute and think about that. Most of the people that you know that are highly successful, you just don't know their backstory. So if you find a mentor that you highly respect. Find out a little bit about what makes them tick, why they're passionate about what they do. I'm going to guess it hasn't all been easy. They weren't just born into this place of wisdom and knowledge, and they weren't just born doing this. So I just, most people that are at that level have suffered somewhere. That's what the word passion means. It means, something that you would suffer for. What are you willing to suffer for? So who is your role model? What have they suffered for? And my guess is they're not perfect either. So think about that. And it's good for you to feel humbled that they're helping you, but not to the point, step back for a second and realize that they may have been in the same place you are at some point. They may have needed somebody. And what I want you to take away from that is that have them as your role model and be humbled and be grateful that you have that role model and be willing to learn from it so that you can pass it on too. We all need somebody at that level. We all need a mentor. So make sure you have a mentor. Make sure you turn around and mentor someone else. As you step up, make sure you're not turning your back on someone else who needs help as well. So find someone you respect and discover what they're passionate about. So if you don't believe in yourself, because sometimes you're at a place where you just don't believe in yourself. When I started karate even, I did not believe in myself. I didn't really plan to get my black belt. I just went because I loved it. I loved it. I was passionate about it. I was on this journey, absolutely loved it. But because of where I train, and I know those people compete a lot and they're winning world championships, and I was older, I was just doing it because I loved it. So I wasn't focused on the black belt. And when my master came to me and said, I set a date for you, it is time for you to test for your black belt. There was no way. There was no way I wanted to test, because you have to test in front of all these people. And I was like, no, I'd rather be a good brown belt than a black belt. Well, really what I was scared, right? So I didn't believe in myself and my skill at the time. But the truth is he wasn't going to set me up to fail, right? There's no way he's going to set me up to fail, because then he looks bad. But here's the bottom line. So, and he gives me this look. He's got this look, and you're not, you don't want to get that look from Bob White. But the bottom line was this. I stepped back, I went home, and I thought about it. Not like there was much to think about, because when he tells you you're going to test, you're going to test. But I went back and I thought about this, and I thought, I don't really believe in my own skill right now, enough to test at this level, but I believe in my mentor. I believe in my master. He's not going to set me up to fail. And that is what I deal with so much. It's sometimes really hard for me to get something through to people I'm working with. I just recently had this with someone who I care very much about, who I've been helping. And it's really hard for her to see, to believe in herself and to accept even some of the progress she's made. And, when she's stumbling over something, and I just, it's, especially if she's listening now, it's like, if you can't believe in yourself at this moment, do you trust me as your mentor, right? So if you can't believe in yourself, do you trust your mentor? And that's really, find someone you believe in. They're not going to lie to you. I won't lie to her. I'll kick her in the butt when she needs it, right? I'm not going to lie to her. So I don't go see Mr. White every week because I want him to lie to me. I go to him so he works me hard. He tells me the truth. So when he does tell me that I'm ready, I need to believe him even if I don't believe it myself. that's really what I wanted to share with you. It was just an amazing moment to watch this happen. I'm going to post some pictures of it. It was an incredible ceremony. It was so special. But it really just got me thinking about how important it is to have a powerful mentor that you can believe in when you don't believe in yourself. I think that's what AA is all about even, right? When you're at rock bottom, you have a sponsor. Yes, it's to keep you from making mistakes, but it's also to have someone who's been where, like, they've already been where you are. So you can start to trust, you know, their advice and their opinions. So this is a little bit different. Yes, I see you, Chloe, running up the stairs. Anyways, so it's a little bit different, but just someone that you can trust. That's what I want to really put out there. So humility, that is Master Bob White completely. He just humbles himself, puts everyone else above him. And I am so honored to have a mentor and a master that is like that, that actually believes in me. And I want you to think about doing the same for yourself. Have a great day.